So that's a natural question, right? What is the Medicare business like? Why would you want to get into it? Insurance is one thing. Medicare is a part of the insurance business. So, what does a day's work look like in the Medicare field? Well, I tell you what, when I got into it largely because I knew that I wanted to be in something. I think I've said this in some past videos. I wanted to be in something where my hard work, if I did a really, really good job, I'd be able to earn more money, right? Um, but I also want to enjoy it. And so I started looking around and I saw all the normal categories: life insurance, health insurance, ACA, all that stuff. ACA wasn't there when I was looking at that, but you know what I mean, long term care. And I ran across Medicare. And I grew up with all four of my grandparents near us. And I loved all my grandparents. We were together on holidays and things like that. And so I just had a natural affinity for senior citizens from very, very early on. And I thought, now here's something that looks really good. And I went down and I interviewed and I started talking about what it was like. And the thing that I found so compelling about it is that Medicare, and if, for those of you, hopefully you know this by now, but it is very heavily subsidized federal health insurance, primarily intended for people 65 and over, but also will take in folks that are under 65 under certain circumstances. So, but I went in and interviewed and I just found out and I ran some appointments and it was like going to talk to these sweet people that really needed health insurance and they were genuinely interested in it. Okay. And because the insurance is so heavily subsidized by the federal government, in most cases, it is far superior to anything that those that are not on Medicare have access to. A couple of golden handshake health plans, luxury health plans that you might find at the larger companies might, challenge that premise. But for the most part, when you look at Medicare compared to what we've all had out here for a number of years, and then you look at what becomes available once somebody turns 65, you're like, wow, that's really good. Can I get on that? And they're like, no, not for a zillion years, right? As you get older, it's getting less than a zillion for me, by the way. But so they are deeply interested in it. They're going to be penalized in a lot of cases if they don't sign up when they're supposed to, and there's rules around that. But and then it's just something that they use, and so it's extremely important to them. It's really high quality, and it's something that they literally have to have, and there's deadlines on when they have to get it. So I thought, you know what, that is really cool because helping them sounds really good to me. And I also want to make sure that what I'm out there putting into a home and that I'm enrolling them in is going to be really high quality and it's going to answer the concerns that they have about what they're getting it for. In other words, to cover their health insurance. Is it good? And so I loved it. And so I ran some appointments and saw them, and it was like hugs in the door, hugs out the door, leaving with bags of zucchini and different things like that. They were gardeners, and it was the harvest time. You were getting some of it because they didn't know what to do with all of it. And they're just so hospitable. So for me, when I came in and started this, I was in my mid 30s, and it was like having all these surrogate grandparents all over the place. Now, as I'm getting older, almost 25 years later, it's more like having a whole bunch of big brothers and sisters or aunts and uncles out there. And I still love it today as much as I did then. As a matter of fact, I think I like it more now because I have so much more life experience in common with them. But folks, you're out there enrolling people in an outstandingly high quality product with brand names that everybody knows who they are. And it's something that they must have. So it's not like you're going out there trying to shoehorn some product into a house that you're not sure if they need anymore. In other words, you're not selling Tupperware or something else. No offense to the Tupperware sellers. But this is something they have to have, and they really are confused and they need some assistance. And who would not be confused with all the commercials and everything going on? So if that sounds cool to you, if that sounds like something you're like, I think I could, well, that sounds kind of interesting, and you like helping people and you like the idea of helping people and having a chance to make a good solid income, that's what the Medicare business is like. You have to have a license with the state. That's really not a big deal. You have to make a 70. It's like a civil service exam, basically. And then you go through the certifications for all the carriers to learn the products that you're going to be placing out there. Well, duh, that makes sense. You have to understand what you're talking to them about. And then you maintain the certification over time, and then you simply answer the phone when they call and have a question. You're going to be being paid to service that business over time. And because they bought from you, or because they enrolled through you. They don't want to deal with anybody else. They want to call you because they like you. And that's the business. Okay. So I know that that's probably oversimplified a little bit, but really it's pretty accurate. If you have any other questions, let us know. Go to seniorhealthservices.com or give us a call at the office, 281-894-7540. And thanks for watching as always. Bye.